One morning at the docks, Percy was complaining. He had to shunt some trucks, and on this particular morning the trucks were being extra troublesome and Percy was not having any of it. He bumped one of the trucks so hard that ballast poured all over James.
Percy! You've ruined my shiny red paintwork. Now I'll have to go to the washdown.
James angrily puffed away just as the Fat Controller arrived.
Percy, you clearly do not know how to shunt properly. I will tell Edward to show you how. Once you have learned to shunt well, I will reward you with a new coat of paint.
Then he drove away. Percy arrived to see Edward waiting for him.
Hello there, Percy. Let's start with the
Soon,
basics.
Percy got bored and started to daydream about his new coat of paint. I wonder what colour I'll get painted. Oh, maybe I'll get painted green.
Percy, are you listening?
Percy stopped daydreaming and looked at Edward.
Well, I've taught you everything I know about shunting.
Edward knows everything about shunting, so if he has taught me everything he knows, that means I now know everything about shunting. Soon he saw Thomas.
Hello, Percy.
Greeted Thomas.
Hello, Thomas. I know everything about shunting. I am one of the smartest engines on Sodor, you know. Rubbish,
Said Thomas.
you? You? One of the smartest engines on Sodor? That is the funniest thing I've heard all day. Anyway, I must go now. I'm a guaranteed connection.
Percy spotted a truck, so he decided to give it a bump. Percy didn't notice that the truck was heading towards Edward.
Look out!
He shouted, but it was too late. Edward had come off the rails. To make matters worse, the Fat Controller arrived. So Percy hid in Stanley's shed. The Fat Controller noticed the small green engine hiding.
Percy, what are you doing?
The little engine didn't know what to say. I'm resting? Yes, resting from working really hard. I've been shunting all day.
Oh, really? So if I were to go to Knapford, I would see lots of neatly organised coaches ready to be pulled by James?
Yup, definitely.
Okay then, let's go and see.
When Percy and the Fat Controller arrived at Knapford, they saw a very angry James.
First Percy covers me in ballast, and then he doesn't show up with my coaches,
Said James angrily.
Percy, you must go and find James's coaches.
Then he remembered.
Percy, now you must go and get the breakdown crane to help Edward back on the rails.
So Percy did just that. He collected the crane and puffed to Edward. I'm sorry I didn't listen, Edward, said Percy.
Oh, it's okay, Percy,
Replied Edward.
I'm just happy to be back on the rails. Well, Percy, I'm happy you learnt your lesson, but I'm not giving you that new coat of paint. So don't even ask.